What are some of Chrisette Michele's guilty pleasures?
Oh my gosh, there's so many guilty pleasures. First of all, I love... No,
Go ahead.
Your babe's right there. What note was that? High C.
Yeah.
I love to be...
Hey man, you a fool for this one?
Welcome back to the couch. I'm so excited that you guys joined us. We are here today with a very special person. This woman inspires me. She is a teacher. She is a philosopher. She is one of the most brilliant women I know. And not only that, she is one of the strongest women I know. Her life has been a beautiful, 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 beautiful journey. And it has ups and downs. And every up, she's conquered every down. I feel in my, watching her, she's handled everything with grace. And it blows my mind because in some situations, I wouldn't have been able to have certain interviews. I wouldn't have been able to have the patience that she's had with people. It is miraculous to me how she holds it all together. And today, I want to speak to the teacher, the big mind of Chrisette Michele.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
That is so nice of you to say.
That's
Thank
everything.
you. I appreciate
Seriously.
that.
You're strong.
Thank you. And you inspire me as
Resilient.
well. I'm trying not to be inspired by you right now.
What inspires you right now?
Golly,
What's
I just
inspiring?
want to go get a facial, get my teeth whitened, fix my nails, fix up my house, smile more, invite people over,
Thank
be
you.
feminine.
Thank you. You
and
are all those
sweet.
things.
Fine.
Seriously. Even I have to thank you for the allure of a praying woman, because I go back and I listen to that over and over again. Although I had the privilege of being there at the taping, even watching you, I was like, how does she sit there? You pour out so much knowledge, so much wisdom. The allure of a praying woman, I have to go to it. It's on YouTube. Can you speak to the women about that a little bit? And like what inspired you to want to even talk about that?
Sure. The Inner Peace Academy came from people asking questions. And one question I hear often is, what are men attracted to? And I don't know if the inside of a woman gets as much credit as it should, but luring is spiritual. It's a underlying experience that a man is having and is being drawn to a woman. It's not necessarily just her charisma. Your charisma comes from your character. It comes from who you discipline yourself to be on the inside. And so when you have a prayer life where you're constantly being downloaded with who you actually are by the Holy Spirit, then your countenance is different because you've made a decision about who you are. No one's calling you anything at that point. And I've found that type of clarity and inner confidence attracts people who understand what it is that they're looking at. So I've noticed that as my prayer life becomes more, disciplined, I attract people who understand who I am because I exude who I am. A lot of times we don't exude who we actually are. We exude what we see on the outside. We exude what other people do. And that's why I joke a lot now about being inspired, because it's like, stop with all this inspiration from your friends. You're not your friend. Your friend is your friend.
Yeah.
And so we talk like each other. We stand like each other. We do our hair like each other. And we wonder why nobody's talking to us. And it's because you're not yourself. So the allure of a praying woman is just about being alluring as your most true authentic self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always, when you were saying it, I'm like, I've always lived my life in a way where prayer was the foundation, connecting and creating that space to listen and hear from God. It attracts big people, wise people. And that discipline definitely helps in every area of your life to recognize, okay, I am her, she is me, and I am she. And really embracing that. And that YouTube helped me a ton. So y'all go look at that, women. Where is Chrisette Michele now? Let's talk about that.
Right now, at this particular moment, I am in a very liberated space. So every single exciting thing that happens to you in the spirit, you think, all right, this is it. This is the big, exciting thing. I am healed. And you're healed and you think that's it. You think God is great. I can go to sleep.
No.
And you want to tell everybody, this is what healing looks like. This is what healing feels like. You can be healed too. When you first, when you get saved for the first time, you want to go tell all your friends. No, but you don't understand. Like, I don't think the same. So healing was a really exciting thing for me, because outside of what the public had seen, from the time I was a very little girl, I had been through very, very, very traumatic experiences. I had a beautiful family and a beautiful support system, but I had some ridiculously traumatic things happen to me as a child, and then again in my teenage years. So healing was this thing that I just figured, you say you're healed, but you don't really get to be healed. So I got to experience healing, and I wanted to tell the whole world. And I started in the Peace Academy. I'm like, you can have this healing. And then all of a sudden, when the healing was mine for real, I experienced liberation. It's a whole nother level, because now a healed person has an open heart.
Yeah.
The healing thing is on the inside. That open heart thing, now you can see things from an untainted perspective, from an untriggered, untraumatized perspective. You see things for what they are. And so when you experience love, now you can also receive love.
Ooh, that's good.
Liberation is my jam now. So I don't know what to do with it. But that's what Chrisette is now. She's liberated.
Okay, watching interviews in the past, I noticed and I admire how you, like, in my mind visually, I always see these people as lions, literally trying to chop your head off. And it pisses me off a bit. It really a few interviews just made me really mad, because people just don't care about people's hearts, minds, spirits, and it just throws me for a loop. How do you stay grounded in those moments to keep it peaceful and keep it cute and not what is that?
That's the difference between healing and liberation.
Okay.
Now I don't feel obligated to even speak to those people. Before, I was showing up healed. That was my intention. Show up healed. Show up as someone who may have gone through something but has come out with their mind. Because to me, healing means that you escaped with your mind. A lot of people don't come out with their mind. And so I just wanted to show up with my mind. I see many people showing up without their mind, without their right mind, without their peaceful mind. And so that was my intention in that time and era, was to just be emotionally available. Now I don't have to be emotionally available, because liberation says I don't have to talk to you. And that doesn't mean I'm not healed. I just don't like you. And it's the first time I'm ever saying that. I've never said you can't sit with me. I've never said it, because my thought was, if she says that, that means she's bitter. If she says that means she's jaded. She's disenfranchised. She's still over. She ain't healed yet. She's not healed yet. No. We did healing. It was the bomb. I showed a whole bunch of people, hey, try it, right? And then liberation happened, and I was like, oh, you can be healed and my favorite thing about cognitive behavioral therapy was learning that I can have more than one feeling at the same time.
And that was okay.
It was great. So I could be happy and not like you. I could be sad and excited to go on stage. I could do 7 things at the same time. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I know that's so silly of a scripture to go back to, but who strengthens me? Like this person, this personhood, this humanity has so much capacity. And that capacity often begins in the feelings and emotional space. And so if we don't give ourselves leeway to have as much emotion as we want, then we don't get to experience the fullness of this life. So yeah, I could be healed like that and show up and be nice, but liberation doesn't ask me to be nice.
What does liberation ask you to be?
To represent myself, right? So now it's about doing things in excellence. Now it's about doing a lot less very well. Now it's about...
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
a lot less very well.
Very well. So like then these next 3 years I have planned out. We used to plan 5 years at a time when I first got started. This is the first time in a long time where I'm planning years in advance because I know what I want to do. When you just healed, which is nice, you're telling your body that it can be disciplined, right? Because you've been broken, you've been in a depressed state, you've been hurting. When you say you're healed, healed people still have to go to the physical therapist to walk correctly. So you're commanding. I command my hands, like you're commanding yourself to do stuff. When you're liberated, it's so fluid.
Woo.
So now you can just represent yourself fully. Does that make sense?
It does. So like fluid as in, like now yoga has become, I just started.
For real?
I used to do it, but it was like in sprinkles.
Gotcha.
But now it's literally been like 3 weeks straight every day.
Wow. Awesome.
And it's been amazing. And I feel like when I was healed, it was the sprinkles.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm healed. I could do some yoga, stretch this little emotion out. But now it's like, baby, I'm doing yoga today. You can do it with me. And he was like, you doing yoga? I'm doing it every day.
Because it's your thing.
It's my thing. And so I definitely so I'm healed and liberated. And I've never used that word before, but you're teaching me, like always.
It came to me one day, I was so excited about it because I knew that something else had shifted. If we go into like chakras,
we can.
Basically, what I was looking at was my heart space had opened, and I felt this so clearly because I kept saying to people, I feel so selfish how much you're pouring into me. I kept saying that to people, and then I realized, Chrisette, people have always been pouring into you, just weren't receiving, right? So I noticed that heart space was open. I said, okay, now that that's real full and feeling real good, what's the next part? And I noticed that right above that was the throat chakra. I said, oh my goodness, there's so much I want to say to represent myself that I haven't been saying. And so I started calling my business partners and just saying the truth. And I referred to that opening as liberation. Liberation is when you open up about who you actually are. And I've never done that. I don't write songs about myself. I haven't put out music that represents who I am as a person yet. And it's been 15 years. So this will be the first time that people are seeing parts of me I've just kept inside.
So does that mean you're working on music? Is that what you're saying?
So I have a few music goals.
Come through.
You might know I went to school for vocal jazz performance as a kid. Jazz is my love. And as I've been touring lately, I've been performing some jazz in each set. And the jazz has been getting these standing ovations. And to the point where I just have to stop performing for a second and just be quiet while people pour. And so I announced in Chicago, I said, this is the last R&B, set you guys will be hearing. The next time I come, you'll be experiencing my jazz contribution. So I have 3 ridiculous jazz goals. One is to record and release 156 jazz covers in the next 3 years. So between 2023 and the end of 2025, I want to release 156 jazz covers. The second one is I want to sing at the Montreux Jazz Festival. That's my big like jazz goal. Yeah. And then the last one is I want to put out a jazz album. I'm giving myself a long time to accomplish it, but I want to accomplish that by 2025. So those are my like
jazz. That's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be fun.
Cause it's you.
It's me, liberated. I don't know who's gonna rock with it.
It don't matter.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we rocking. Everybody over here rocking with it.
Thank you.
For real. I can't wait to hear it. Well, I can't do this stuff, but
I'm sure you can scan.
No, not like you actually have and I did the whole Berkeley School of Music thing, had to do the auditions, and they were saying, can you scat for us? And I was just like, no, I can't scat. You guys.
Isn't it crazy? You wouldn't
like
realize how much they ask you to do. Well, it is. You got to study the horns.
See? Because I could go babadoo all day, but it's a technique and a skill.
It's literally taking apart the horn parts, laying them out on piano, and treating those like vocal warm-ups.
See,
that's how I learned how to scat. I don't know if that's above people.
No, it's good.
Never mind.
No, but that's dope. I didn't know that. Okay,
it was fun.
I love it. So I am excited about the jazz.
Thank you.
Era of Chrisette Michele. I'm excited about that. So. What do you do to maintain yourself spiritually and emotionally?
Right now, we talking about,
yes, right now. Yes.
What am I doing right this second? Right this second, I'm super open to love, suggestions, criticism, ideas, collaboration. That's become spiritual. That wasn't always spiritual. That used to be obligatory. But that opening and nurturing that open space asks me to have more conversation with more people, to connect. Because sometimes when somebody's giving you a business idea, it's coming from a prophetic space. They see what's next. And so if you're too close to experience that, then you cut yourself off from an amazing spiritual experience. So I'm treating that more spiritual. And what I'm finding in these connections is that people are giving me language to describe where I'm going next. Because a part of liberation is being able to say, this is what I'm doing. And so sometimes a business person will say, oh, you need to hire a, CFO. I may not have known that if I didn't sit and collaborate with this business expert. So for me, spirituality right now is about connection and not being so prideful that I can't hear what needs to be changed so that I can be this liberated person. I've never felt that way either. Most of the time I would say, oh, y'all sit in on a business meeting. I'll just, write notes. So
that's me right now. But
it's scary, right? It can be scary, but now I feel so comfortable being like, all right, this is what we're doing. Oof. It took a long time.
And I think it takes time to get there, period. Because I'm in a place where I'm noticing a team is important. The CFO, and I wouldn't have known. It's my first time jumping out, doing something, a business of my own.
Wow, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got, baby, we're literally learning per experience. Like,
wow.
Oh, that's what we were supposed to. Got it. So I definitely understand because I'm like, I just need one person. Babe, I just need one person to say, you need a CFO, you need a CEO. But God is literally just designing it to where I'm gonna get there where I can be like, all right, y'all, we doing this.
It's so crazy. There's books on the throat chakra because it is people are so stopped up. I've been so stopped up. And people, healing is such a dreamy place. Like on Sundays when the overflow and you just lay out at the altar. I could have lived there for maybe years of my life and never gotten up. People want to stay in the incubator of healing. I'm telling you, when you start talking to other people, probably the way you talk to Bae, and start saying your ideas to experts, and they start barking back at you, and you can handle it, something happens where you're like, this isn't breaking me the way it would have before I was healed. Now this is giving me a platform, you know, to be who I am.
Build off of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love that. That just hit me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Okay, so what else is new with you? Because I know you're speaking now, right?
I'm gonna speak a lot less.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
I spoke for about 3 years, and it was in that place where there's a part of transition between like healing and liberation, I think, and ask somebody else, just please and tell me what they say. But where like, because you're coming out of your inside and moving out to the public with who you actually are, you want to make sure that people kind of go with you. And what I notice is that whatever you're dealing with, many people want to deal with it with you. So if I'm pregnant, I attract the pregnant tribe. If I have a 3-year-old, I attract the mom's tribe. If I'm on a healing journey, I attract people that are on a healing journey. And so I think a lot of the speaking that I was doing was attracting people on a healing journey. I'm not saying I'm leaving the healing journey behind, but it was definitely a phase in my existence. You're the first person I'm saying this to, like on a public format. And so it was crazy the amount of speaking engagements we got and opportunities to like pour into people and create courses and all of this. I have a good friend, her name is Glow, and she creates courses as well. And it was crazy to watch her transition into now she's speaking with Tony Robbins, but it went from creating online courses to now speaking outside and in front of people. So you evolve, even the stuff you love evolves. I loved touring around the world as an R&B artist with my crazy, insane live band.
I have experienced it. Definitely experienced it quite a few times.
I'm talking about Amsterdam. You know what? Y'all want to go to Amsterdam? And I remember one time I went to Amsterdam, and you just start knowing people all over the world. And one of our friends there said, hey, we got a house that you can use and do a pop-up show. We were just in people's basements in Amsterdam. You know, on Twitter, hey, come to so-and-so at so-and-so street, at 8:30. And people would show, we played so hard. And it was a decade of like a blast. And that was an era. And it's done, I did it. Like, I don't even miss it. It was wonderful. So that's kind of how I feel about like the speaking era. It was a 3-year period from right before the pandemic, about 2016 to about 2022. And this fullness, because it started off in just the music and management and business space. I would do a lot of teaching there. Opened up a yoga school and a vocal coaching space. And that was about 2016. And then we moved into the Inner Peace Academy. So 16, 17, 6 years. And now we're about to move into this next era.
I think every time I talk to you, you inspire.
Thank you.
It takes bravery to encourage to do that. What you're talking about, because sometimes we start something, even just with the couch. We start it and we go, "This is it," and then year 3, you're like, "This is not it."
It's hard, right?
Yeah, it's not saying that this is smaller, whatever, but it takes courage to evolve. And I don't think people talk about that a lot. The stuff that comes with your yes.
Yeah.
And the pressure. I don't want to say pressure. Well, it's a little pressure. Because it's a little scary to say, oh, there's more. And I don't really necessarily know what more looks like. But I know it's more. And you're like jumping into that more like, oh no, we're liberated, we're going.
What I learned about speaking is that I have my mouth at all times.
Oof.
I thought that I could only have it in a controlled environment. And as I went to speak, I would get up on the stage, and my teammates will tell you, I would say stuff that wasn't on the page. And I began to realize, oh my goodness, like I was sent to speak in this space and place. So I think the evolution of teaching is about, for me, is about teaching with my life, letting my life be a classroom. So even if it's a stage, there's going to be an interview before and after the show. That's an opportunity to teach. The stage is an opportunity to teach. I think perhaps I am just a teacher as a person. And I think that that's going to follow me everywhere that I go. I try so hard to control it because I was petrified. Right? Here I am saying, I would like to talk to you all. You know, after everything that's happened, I still want to speak.
Connect.
I want to connect. Let me control it. Let me control the narrative. Let me control the way it looks, the optics. Let me control how you see it. And when I got out there, I realized people are really receptive if your life like mirrors what you're saying.
Yeah.
So just keep talking. Because I turned down interviews for years, like 7 years. Just not just because of all the ups and downs in the public, but I just never understood why people were asking the questions they were asking. You know?
Intriguing.
And so, yeah, I'll just be a teacher all the time.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that. And I love that I got to know the teacher.
Thank you.
And the guide, the person that really, you see people's hearts and souls. And even when their human parts are overshining all of that, you still see past it. And that's a gift. And people should be blessed if they're connected to you in any type of way.
Thank you.
Because it's like a free masterclass every time we sit down.
Well, you know how I feel about friendship.
Yes.
Friendship is like it's like, I'm a little embarrassed of how important it is to me. Because what is life? Like, you want to be here alone? So if you can see love, like, walk that way.
Yeah.
What? And if you could see beauty, mention it. You know, like, I'm obsessed with that. Like, I'm obsessed with, if I meet you and I see something gorgeous, I have to say so. Because what if they don't know?
Girl.
You know what I'm saying?
It'll change the whole life. Oh, wait.
What if they don't know? And then I am clear on the fact that if I see something that somebody's kind of like, I don't know, I'm clear on the fact that I know I can pull stuff out of people. So I'm not ashamed of that. Like, no, girl, you better go for it, whatever. And I appear messy and all over the place sometimes. Like a teacher. You know how teachers, the pencil is in the side of their head, the computer's out, the glasses fall. That's me. Like, that's just who I'm eclectic and straight. My rings don't match. I'm a school teacher in an R&B singer's body who happens to love jazz. Like, I love it. So I'm just a friend.
I love that. Okay. So this one is off healing, but what are some of Chrisette Michele's guilty pleasures?
Oh my gosh, there's so many guilty pleasures. First of all, I love. No, go ahead. Your babe's right there. What note was that? High C. Yeah. I love to be naked. God, please take my clothes off. Yes, let's go. And lotion, I don't care if nobody's there with me. I would be naked and shiny.
Yeah, I had that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not alone. So my mom had the same issue with me growing up. I love to be just no clothes. I don't know what it is, but I just don't understand why we have to be constrained. Now, if you give me one of those cute little like sets, you know, like a stretchy material, I'll give you, you know, a top and a bottom, boy short, little triangle, you know, bikini. That's an outfit in the house. I love that.
Red.
Chrisette about to get. Y'all don't be all in her DM either, because you know a little sign. Don't disrespect.
I'm very shy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
I am. I just don't understand the point of all the material. It's a lot of material.
No, I got you. It's our natural state.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want to go back.
Yeah. So give us silk and lace.
Mm-hmm. I love silk.
Mm-hmm.
And I like fabrics that flow too in my house. So I love that. Oh, can I ask another question? You and dating. What are your views on dating? What are your things? What do you look for when you're dating?
Oh, what do I look for?
Mm-hmm. You need you a strong, wise, wealthy.
Strong, wise, and wealthy?
That's you.
I need somebody who understands what I'm doing. That is so important to me.
Your purpose, your call.
Not even my purpose or my call. Mm-hmm. Like, if I wake up at 11 a.m. and I want to make s'mores, I don't need like so much negotiation.
And what do you, negotiation, like, why are you making s'mores? And
whoa!
That's too much.
Whoa! Otherwise,
I got you.
Take me out.
So you just gonna eat s'mores this early? You don't need none of that.
Everybody likes s'mores. So why is this a long conversation?
Okay.
I like a man who like sees the truth and is comfortable with the truth. You know you want these s'mores. This is simple. So things like that, or like babe, my wig is a long 36-inch straight today. Yeah, babe, it's dope. You know, give me and then if you don't like it, babe, it's whack, but you got that interview with so-and-so, right? All right, you gonna take it off when you get back? Like, just understand, we just out here. Nothing is that serious.
I like that.
And then when it comes to business, and by business I mean money, let's understand what's happening there, because that for me too is a part of liberation. Like us knowing about each other's finances and how we're building each other's finances and what the plans are. That's number 2 to me, which is high up. I haven't said prayer life yet. I need to know what you're doing with your money, and I need you to see what I'm doing with mine and understand it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a female who's an entrepreneur who talks. If I was a female who was not an entrepreneur, then I wouldn't need you to understand finance. So you got to understand that. And then, so the whole prayer life thing with men, maybe that's the conversation. Men think God is listening. And then they tell you what's about to happen because God said, you be like, Women think God is speaking and they just be waiting. I say men have 1-day cycles and women have 28-day cycles. And it takes me 28 days to make sure I got what God said straight. Man, babe,
we got it.
So just an understanding in the prayer space that my prayers take some time to cultivate, fully understand, and articulate, and my understanding for his prayer rhythm. Like how when he goes out for an answer, how long until he come back with the answer, and because I have to develop my response style for his. So the prayer thing is a real bonding thing, and that takes time. Yeah. Money we should be able to get fast. S'mores at any time of day.
That should be we're good.
You know what I'm saying? 1 and 2. But that prayer part, that becomes our actual language, right?
That's good.
Because once you get it, then you gotta give it to your significant, and then they have to know how to respond to it from a prayerful space on the same wavelength. So that's probably my favorite part of a relationship, but it takes time.
Yeah. But when you get there, that has to be beautiful.
It's bomb, right?
Yes.
It's bomb. It's bomb. I would describe that as like a if we had to do like soulmates and twin flame type stuff, that's on some twin flame.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
I know I be going back and forth between chakras.
That's fine.
But it's the way that I know how to describe things.
Okay, guilty pleasures. Listen, so we were talking about guilty pleasures, but I have one. And it's cookies. At any time of day, she likes s'mores cookies and s'mores, but these cookies here are from AB Cookie Company. Have you ever heard? I did a commercial for them a while back. AB Cookie Company. And she made you some cookies.
Thank you.
She heard you were going to be here. This is thank you card.
Do I get to try one right now?
Yeah, you can try one.
On the couch?
So,
Oh.
yes.
I didn't finish my guilty pleasures. Cookies are definitely.
And she gave you a
plethora
of flavors. My favorite is the chocolate chip.
This one.
Yes. And that
What's this one right here?
That looks like a chocolate chip with pecan.
Look like everything to me.
Ooh.
It's good, right? It's really good. Oh my God, that was so fun. What happened to it again? Ooh, that was good. Hold on.
See? It's something in that butter that she used. She put a whole lot of love in these cookies.
So excited.
Those are yours. Enjoy them.
Thank you.
So, I just want to thank you for coming and talking to me for a little while, and hanging out with us and letting people know where you are today. And I hope, I know for a fact, I ain't even gonna hope, I know something was said that helped a ton of you. Entrepreneurs, women who are looking to date, wanting to date, that prayer life, put that in there. Cultivate that. I'm doing it. Cultivate that. That's dope. You dropped a whole lot of gems, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your life. You're a dope, dope human being.
Thank you.
And I'm excited for everything that's coming.
Thank you. Make sure
Coming.
you come and hang out with me at ChrisetteMichele'sWorld.com. I have a jazz box coming out this holiday season that I'm embarrassingly excited about. But you have to be subscribed to ChrisetteMichele'sWorld.com and get it. It won't be out for the public, just for you. So,
Say the website again.
ChrisetteMichele'sWorld.com.
It'll be down there, y'all. Down there. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're dope. So, but before you go, there's one thing I want you to know. There's always room for you, and you here on the couch. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.